All right, to watch this video for Monday, April 9th. And just like that, we're right back down to the 200 day. I've been talking about this. We've had a battle going on at the 200 day. Every time it looks like we're going to roll over and completely fall apart. Then we get this massive move. And then it looks like, okay, the 200 day is support and we're up from here. And then one tweet and boom, right? So you never know. But again, we've got these fears of a trade war. And it's making the market really whippy because you can get intraday little news blurbs that, the trade war is going to end the world. And then the next blurb, the trade war is not even a relevant event. It's just negotiating and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter. As a trader, you just have to know that whippiness and the news and the risk of a headline, I guess they call it headline risk, is out there at any given time. It doesn't really bother me. I'm in cash every night. It's what we teach in our course. And I just log in every day with a list of stocks that might give me a clean setup. And if I get an A-plus setup on an intraday basis on one of the charts I'm watching, I'll take the trade, right? So my account's sitting at highs for the year, even though the market's doing this. So, it's a pretty good system we've got in place. Let's go into the watch list for Monday. All right, so zooming in a little bit. So SLS had this massive move. Give you the numbers. It had a low of 540. And then like the very next, from 540, it went to 1069. And the very next session actually over 11 on an intraday basis, right? So then you get a 3-day pull. I actually traded this on Friday. Was watching this all day. And when it got a volume spike, I called it long. I saw some volume coming, and that's a 5-minute candle. But if you look at it on ones or twos, you can see there was time. I called it long when it was about 680. I said I like this as an entry under 7. Basically I'm not going to give it more than 20 cents risk. But by the time I mentioned it, from the feedback I got in the chat room, and from my own trading, most of us were able to get in around 690, 680s and 690. And then, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 minutes later, we're up at 740. And if you're a day trader, you understand the money that can be made right there, right? So the volume coming in was my little tip that, hey, and I already liked it through 7 anyway, so we were able to get in before that. Then we get the 7 break, and then other chat rooms, other traders find it and start chasing it. And ultimately, it went to 754. But again, we were able to get in down here. It was my nice little profitable trade for me on Friday. And I'm going to put it back on watch. And the market was so weak that I think that could be the reason to push it back down below 7. But certainly want to watch that for another possible trade on Monday. HMNY. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Now, this is an ugly daily chart. Let me zoom in a lot here. So it's really beaten up. Like a few sessions ago, it just looked like it's going to 0. And then it did get a decent little bounce, kind of a handsome little candle there that looks like a bottoming candle. And then a nice pop. And then a gap up that failed. And then you see where we are today. So, but I kind of think this area looks like it's trying to form some sort of bottom here. And I kind of like the action. It's getting kind of news pops every now and then. So maybe this thing bottomed last week. And I don't have a price. I can't, we don't know how it's going to open on Monday. So I can't say, well, I love it at this price. But I think this chart and the recent action is worthy of being on a chart while I'm trading, right? All right, so FORD, not to be confused with the car company, had a nice little pop. And it's a former high flyer. You can see back here, now this is going all the way back to January, but it had this move from intraday from low of 233 all the way to 445. I think that's what it was. Yeah. But it's really done next to nothing ever since. It's kind of basically over the course of a few months round tripped. It did bounce off the 200-day, but it got a little bit of extra volume on Friday and closed fairly strong in a week tape. So that lands it on my watch list. BWEN. We don't ever teach people to chase, and so I'm not going to buy this just blindly, and probably won't buy it at all because it's really extended. And you can see it had a huge move on Friday, ripped through the 200-day before closing at the 200-day. But I want to watch this one all week. Okay, I'd like this to come in for a couple days, so keep that in mind. But it's worth being on watch. CASI, another one that's extended. You had this big move, gap up, 2 days lower. I should have had this on watch going into Friday, and I didn't. And then it had a really nice move, right? I actually put out a bid on this thing on Friday, but I never got filled on a setup that we teach in our course. So never got involved on Friday. And again, it's really extended from the moving averages. So why is it on watch? It's on watch because the market was so weak, and this thing is getting really nice. I'll switch to 15-minute candles. It's getting really nice. I mean, look at this move back here. Look at this nice move here. And then on Friday, got this really big move. So it's having, sizable intraday moves, and as a day trader, that's important to me. So I want to watch that one. That's CASI. Again, I'd like that to flag for a few days. INNT, crazy stock. I mean, this thing was $5 at the beginning of March and actually broke 50 last week before now a big 3 days down into what I call the buy zone. It doesn't mean I blindly buy there, but I call it the buy zone, where a strong stock is likely to turn, and that's between the 8-day and the 20-day, that area between there. I use that on all time frames, by the way. So on the daily, falling from over $50.50 in 3 sessions down to 27.68, and you don't really have massive volume on the sell-off. So this is a good candidate, but it's a stupid thin stock, so you want to watch the spreads. But I like this for a possible bounce on Monday, especially if there's any market strength. BDR had a big move from 60 cents to over $1.50, now a couple days lower on declining volume. This is a good candidate for a turn back up as well. A couple more. TENX had the gap up and then popped, but then failed. And then I'm going to go to 15-minute candles to show you. On this day, it had news with, I think, a pretty high price target or something, and had this is a 15-minute candle, had a nice move from 767 to 931, and I think the market kind of got a hold of it since. It's pretty interesting. Over 8 on Monday. We'll see. The daily's not so pretty because I look at this and I think, well, you have a lot of people that chase the gap up underwater, and then you had another failed spike that closed at its lows, but then on Friday sold off and then closed above its open. So it's a decent setup, and it does get nice intraday moves at times. So that's it. And then SSC is holding up really well in a week tape too, and it's getting nice intraday pops as well. So I want to watch that one. We're going to look for gappers in the morning to add to this list. Check the description below for that special offer on a lifetime membership to our chat room at as low as we've ever offered it. The price we ever came, I don't want to say we came public because GreatStockPicks.com is not listed. It's not a tradable stock. But anyway, we did start the business in 2004. So I think, like I said before, I think it was like Pristine.com and us back then. And we're still going and stronger than ever. So you'll never see a better deal than that. So check out the description below for the lifetime, one-time payment, lifetime member at the 2004 price. And on our regular sign-up page, you cannot even get a lifetime membership to our service anymore. It's only through that special offer down there, and cheaper than the 1 year at the moment. So anyway, I'm done babbling. We'll see everybody on Monday. Have a good night.